Hey everyone, welcome back for Reassuring the Masses. Ooh. We definitely gotta reassure somebody. Oh, there's water down there, look. It's kind of gross. Just a vat of water. Oh, sir, you're awake. You were injured during the fray on Mount Glad, yes? I was here at my station, as always, when they carried you in on a makeshift stretcher, looking disturbingly brief for vigor. And to compound my worry, the sky has... well, I'm sure you've seen it. It has everyone rather concerned, to say the least. Seeing you up and about is the first good news I've heard in a while. Assuming you feel strong enough, would you mayhaps consider a stroll around the city to reassure the anxious citizens? Bradgie and one of the others who have helped convey you and your chambers to your chambers. He has visited several times since the inquire after your condition. Alright. Let's go see Badgie, since apparently he carried us in. Oh boy, we fucking really screwed that one up. Oh, got a little bit of a FPS drop there as well. I don't know what that's about. Why are we getting FPS? Stay good. There's too many people in the Crystarium. She can't take it, Captain. She cannot take no more. That's fine now. Badgie. Hey, buddy. Well, look who's back from the dead. Aye. It was a grim sight. Your companions looked fair ready to drop when they brought you in. So I was offered a helping hand. Couldn't bear to see them struggle so. And you, my friend, I feared you had one foot in the grave. Cold and lifeless you were. A corpse. And that was somehow still breathing. Then they told me some evil bastard went and snatched out poor Exarch away in the midst of the chaos. Wicked White, what is the world coming to? But mourning never solved anything, did it? Nay, in times like these, we Crystarium folk stand tall, and and all these be done. Trades in Elmore is back on the table. We best make use of those resources to fortify the city against eaters, or whatever mystery the fates deem fit to throw at us next. Speaking of misery, Casamel was worried sick about you. A healer wringing her hands is not a sight you ever want to see, let me tell you. Gotta go see the old lady now. I swear to God, it's these particle effects, man. These particle effects really, like, not enough for it to be a problem, but they just dip just enough, you know, just for me to notice. Man, I can't believe we fucked it up so badly. Look, it's fucking everlasting daytime again. Oh. Riange had a plan. I mean, again, a plan that might have been able to be done a bit more competently if said he told anybody. But I suppose if he told somebody, we wouldn't exactly let Grahatia do it, would we? So. Oh, sweetie, you're alive! Oh, no one's been allowed to see you. Even Specagris Crinsingens? I don't know what that means. Were forbidden from making a visit. Ree was kind enough to tell me you were showing symptoms similar to Eda corruption. So I suppose there were very little any of us could have done for you in any case. As for your companions, they have been rushing hither and yon, seeking a cure for your condition. I worry that their faces grow ever more hanged every time they pass through the Crystarium. I shall let them know you're awake when they come to see you. Please, do convince them to a bit of rest. I will. And our own Moren has been a little better, I'm afraid. He hasn't left the cabinet too busy with those nose buried in one's dusty tomes or another. Do you want me to go say? What is it? I gotta go around the entire freaking city looking for these guys? Like, jeez. I'm fucking ill. You guys should have come to me. Alright, let's go up to the cabinet then. Confound it. Says the same thing. The last mayhaps should approach the problem from a different perspective. Hey, Moran. Is it truly you? Some figment of my imagination. It's me. Oh, but this is wonderful. 'Twould seem our prayers have been answered. Feeling otherwise helpless, I've been scouring our shelves for wisdom to expand on the most worrisome conundrum. Why, with all the Light Warriors defeated, has the light returned to the obscures of the sky? I must have pored over 100 tomes, but no difference collection seems forthcoming. So many times I would pose to the Exarch, and thus do I feel his absences more keenly. Now that you're awake, however, I am hopeful the search for our stolen steward might be at least earnest. Kitlas, meanwhile, leads the Crysterian main in preparations for battle, though against what foe we are yet uncertain. Why not pay her a visit? I expect her seeing you upright would be very much welcome relief. Okay, so she's up there. I'm sick, so I leapt off of an edge. Right. In the Crysterian mean. Hello. Alive and well, I see. You gave us all a proper fright. You know that the friends you've made in the feats have been taken with me. What? The friends you've made in the feats. I don't know. I'm fucking crap at reading, aren't I? Fucking dyslexic asshole. Sorry. Have been talking with me. Wondering if what they could do to help. Anyway, I'm glad you recovered enough to stand. You're not planning on striking out straight away, though, are you? I was hoping you'd have a better look at your equipment. If we'd been able to provide you with any better weapons or sturdier helms, then maybe you would have won the day. The Exarch would still be here. As such, we keep busy consulting each other with new forging techniques and designs. And if you could stand still a moment, I'd like to assess the gear we're trying to improve. Sure, you assess away. Aye, well, that's some fine work, I must admit. It wouldn't be impossible to make something better, but we need to experiment with different patterns and materials, and I'm not sure we have that kind of time. That sounds like a challenge he would enjoy. Greetings, Greydard, Master of the Stairs. Is running his own errands now, is he? Aye, well, my saviors are distraught enough as it is, and I didn't want to crack a whip too hard. But never mind that. I'm thinking our absent genius is and his Elthies are the perfect answer to this predicament of yours. And by genius, you mean old Gernald? Grindold? He's a man of unrivaled gifts. I wouldn't argue with you there. But what good does his talent do us if we can't bloody find him? No one's seen hide or hair of Grindold since he wandered off some years ago. You know what he's like. Once he latches onto an idea, he probably considered himself in some forgotten cave, completely absorbed in the latest creation. I wouldn't even know where to start looking. That does make things difficult. Still, if that eccentric is someone you're destined to meet, I wager he'll show up soon enough. In my time at the bar, oh, that's who you are. Racking my brain. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? In my time at the bar, many the tale had been told of strangely fated encounters, even if a few of them might be stretching the truth just a bit. Well, keep our noses to the grindstone for the time being, but on the off chance you do encounter Grindold, you'll be wise to be able to take advantage of his brilliance rather than wait for our slow and steady progress. All this talk for when you're fully recovered, of course. Let you get back to your consailing, huh? Thank you. Before you do that, you're actually the reason I came here in the first place. No? I don't suggest partaking in my stock until you're properly well, but if you're passing near the stars, then I have a few regulars I'd like to introduce you to. A few regulars? I'd best be getting back. Just because the world's coming apart, it seems, doesn't mean we have to follow suit now, does it? Here. We can't forget the heart upon which the city was founded, or the Exarch might not have much of a home to return to. In his garden. Are you alright? I think a return to your sickbed might be in order. Now, you might consider resting a while atop the watchtower next to the rookery. The delicate sky doesn't make for the most soothing scenery, but the Exarch often likes to stand there and feel the wind on his face. Over here? This thing? Alright, I'll give it a go. Give anything a go once. Oh, I don't know, it looks like a lot of stairs. Yeah. Ow. Oh, it looks like a lot of stairs. It's fine. Yep. Oh, that opens. How embarrassing. Let me guess, upon getting up here, what's that on the horizon? A whole horde of sin eaters.
The people of this city have spirit, I'll give them that. They've not lost the will to fight.
No, not yet.
I can imagine how torn you must feel, looking at that sky. Knowing what it means to everyone. And that you're responsible.
Thanks, Albert. You really cheer me up.
If you're thinking of coming clean, don't. It might make you feel better, but it would make things 100 times worse for them. They're better off not knowing.
I suppose you're right.
You're in a corner, and there doesn't seem to be any obvious way out. But that doesn't mean it's over. However hopeless it seems, you haven't lost yet. I remember looking up at the sky like this before. Being caught up in a strange kind of calm. It was after we realized we were responsible for the flood. When we resolved to journey to the source by taking our own lives. One last sacrifice. One last fight. One last failure. And then the Oracle appeared and, well, you know the rest. There were times in the years and decades that followed when I wondered if we might not have been better off just letting the rejoining happen. That we'd made one last mistake. But seeing that giant Talos stir to life cured me of any doubts I still had. Always we took the burden of fighting upon ourselves. That's what heroes do, isn't it? So we never had the chance to see anything like that. Our people coming together as one. To think that their hope still burned so bright. That they were still so eager to live, they would lift up their fellows, one on top of the other, till they reached the sky. No. We made the right decision. And I can finally feel proud of the part we played in helping this world survive. Well, come on then.
You're right for him, though. See?
As I thought. What happened between us was no coincidence. My story may be finished, but the fates have gifted me a minor role in yours. I suspected as much the moment I realized you could hear me. But it's hard not to doubt yourself when you're the man who caused the flood. I was afraid to do anything more than watch for fear of making things even worse. But no longer. After all, the path I once walked is now yours to finish. For what it's worth, I cast my lot with yours. If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you. If you lose control, I'll do my best to stop you. So, let us be about it, hero.
Oh, I was worried you were up here all alone, brooding and fretting and wallowing in your woes.
Oh.
Look at you, grinning at nothing like a pollen-drunk pixie.
Hey, there you. It wasn't nothing. It was my ghost friend. I know that sounds stupid, but
Look at what
don't
you've
worry.
done to your ether. It's a mess. And you have cracks running all through that pretty soul of yours.
Yeah.
My poor little sapling. Whatever whatever am I to do with you?
Got any ways to fix me, Phil?
Shall I yield up my throne? You could claim it, cut ties with the mortal world, hide away in the castle. It won't fix the problem, but would it really matter? If any pesky heroes come calling with steel and magic, all of Eel Meg will rise up in your defense. My crown and scepter are yours, if you want them.
It's tempting.
What? Don't give me that look. Of course I knew before I asked that you'd never ever heed such a wicked suggestion. And besides, what would become of my precious and ephemeral flower? Oh, my dear beloved sapling, you are lost, confused, and have precious little time to gather your wits. Your kind is always so preoccupied with what lies ahead, and so we muddle your vision with fog and glamour. But such trickery is easy to see through. Stand very, very still. Think not of where you need to go, but where you are right now at this moment, at this time, in this place. Our cairn of crystal. From shadowed hood he watched you go, his ruby eyes with warmth aglow. See yourself as he saw you, and that shall be the clearest clue.
I don't know what that means.
You stand in his garden, dear sapling. Ask his flowers what they know, and you will surely find an answer. But what will you do with it, I wonder? I'll be watching and waiting. Waiting and watching.
Okay, bye. Always a pleasure. Crazy pixie lady. You know, I joke, but I've done a full turnaround on her. I actually really like her. As soon as before, I was like already just be like, yeah, whatever, she's stupid. Yep. Out. It's probably fun. Who am I actually asking? Am I actually asking people, or am I actually asking plants? Like, what's the deal? Hey, do you have information? You do not. Maybe I'll ask the chickens. Chickens? Do you know? Oh, I see. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Oh, there's our friend. Oh, I did not expect to see you on your feet so soon. Surely you have not come to in search of an Amuro. Oh, what do I know of Crystal Exarch? I'm happy to share, but I fear there will be no surprising revelations. As any in the city could tell you, he is a man of wisdom, compassion, and untold secrets. But none can doubt his generosity. When the Crystarium was being constructed, he even allowed folk to plunder the tower for resources. He has he has imposed no restrictions upon us, but one. No one except the Exarch will be permitted to dwell within the spire. Many seasons pass, and a comrade of mine was bold enough to ask the reason why. The Exarch merely smiled and said, because one day the Crystal Tower may vanish, and as suddenly as it arrived. Oh, okay. It might suddenly vanish. That's interesting. So if it vanishes, what will they put in there in its place? I do wonder. We'll go all the way back up to the top. Back to Moren. Yo, Moren, I've got a question for you, buddy. Oh, there's something else you needed. You've come for the results of my research? Into persistent light? I'm afraid there's little to tell as of yet. Records permitting into the Exarch. Well, I need no documentation to rely on little I know of its history. If that's what interests you. Less than a decade has passed since the coming of the flood, when the Crystal Tower was first flashed into existence. Its summoner, the Exarch himself, became known to the refuge in Lakeland. Soon thereafter, he welcomed all who sought out the spire, but the locals who had lost their homes to Volbris freely their ruined kingdom, and together did they found the city, which would become the Crystarium. Some thought to call him king, for he refused to share his name, but the summoner did not deem himself worthy of royal address. Thus did the people consider his scaling skin to alike the tower, and had summoned and bestowed upon him the title of Crystal Exarch. As for his true name, well, it would seem a mystery. It's Grehatia. And he's a good boy. Right, where are we going? The Amaro launch. Hey, Cassard. Alright, it's good to see you awake and alert, my friend. Is the whole city fucking down for the count? What's this about? You're not writing the archives memoirs, are you? No, I'm not sure about how much I can tell you, considering we avoid asking too many questions. Unspoken role and all that. If anything has fresh insights to share, it'd be Captain Lena, I'd say. She lost her parents through an eater attack not long after she was born, and the Exarch saw to her upbringing. Outward appearance aside, those two are like grandfather and granddaughter. I imagine the news of this predicament hit her doubly hard. Not that our proud captain would ever let it show. If you decide to talk to Lena, she'll be at her usual spot in the Ancestor Gate. Alright, to the fucking gate we go. That's where we first met her, innit? Or am I dumb? Am I dumb? I could be dumb. No, I'm not dumb. Well, that remains to be seen. I still could be considered very dumb, but in this regard, we were correct. Oh yeah, right, those role quests. We'll do that. We'll do it soon. Do it soon. I was not told you had awoken. A welcome surprise. Now, if only the Exarch was returned to us. He was taken by this rival of yours, was he not? Sorry. Your companions mentioned they had an idea of where to find him, and so I blistered what they asked for patience. I did not understand their hesitation until I saw that you had fallen. Only then did I realize that I had no business rushing ahead. Even so, the delay has been no less agonizing. In the moments before he left to join you in Kazakh, the Exarch entrusted me with a key. It opens the door to the ocular, to the chamber known as the Umbrilicus. I don't know. That room is the heart of the tower, into which only the Exarch himself is permitted to enter. Key. He bid me allow no one into the tower once he had departed. Only in the event that an army of eaters descended upon the city was I to access the Umbricus and awaken the defense barrier. Never before had he left me with such instructions, but the battle with Volfrey loomed near, and the time I accepted the key without much thought. Since then, however, the moment is all that occupies my mind. When I recall the look upon his face, he knew he had some terrible fate awaited him. Tell me, I need to know what he feared, what battle you and your companions were truly fighting. Forgive me. I trust that the Exarch and I should not be voicing these doubts. When he is not here to respond to them personally. But you have come to me with a question of your own, have you not? Actually, can I just get that key? Ah, I see. I'm not the only one who burns for answers. The time has come to open the tower's heart. Though we do not face an invasion of eaters, I suspect the city will still be in far more danger if you do not gain the knowledge you seek. Sweet. Thanks for the key. Alright, next time. The Unbroken Thread. Turns out the key, the heart of the tower, is just a laptop with Reddit installed. Who knew? But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, leave a like and a comment down below.